right, welcome to another edition here of BDS Motorsports, brought to you by Best Damn Sports. What a weekend at Road America for the IndyCar Series. That was a fantastic race. You saw tons of passing on track. You saw 11 lead changes. Nine different drivers had the lead at some point. And Alex Palou's dominance just can't be understated. This is a guy who started on the front row, fell back to seventh pretty quickly, but fought his way back to and won a very exciting race. A lot of times the fuel saves kind of things at the end can be kind of boring, but not in this race. You had Scott Dixon up front at the end. Could he make it? Could he not? In the end, he had to go into the pits. You had so many different strategies in this race. It was so exciting because you had no idea which strategy was going to play out. A lot of times you'll see a couple different strategies being employed, and you kind of have a feeling that one's not going to work. So really start looking further in the pack to see, well, is that guy that's in the virtual lead, as we like to say a lot of times, you kind of feel like he's going to be the winner. However, in this race, there were so many strategies, and you had no idea which one was going to pay out. And if in fact, when I saw Dixon pit toward the end, I thought for sure that Alex Palou was not going to make it either. However, he did. Finishing second was Felix Rosenqvist. But the story of the race, in addition to Alex Palou winning yet another race, was Santino Ferrucci. This is a guy that was kind of, his career was kind of seemingly going nowhere, but he is on fire right now. In two of the last three races, he's now finished on the podium. He has another top five. I mean, what is this? 5 top fives for him on the season. He's in 9th in the point standings. I mean, this is a guy that, the Foyt team over the last 15, 20 years have oftentimes been a rolling chicane. So to have one of their cars now 9th in the point standings, ahead of, so many other drivers, far ahead, obliterating Joseph Newgarden on the season in points. I can't be more impressed with what Santino Ferrucci is doing. This is 3 straight races now that the IndyCar Series has had post the Indy 500 that have been outstanding. Detroit caught me by surprise as a street race, being very fun to watch. At that time, I thought it was the race of the year. But then last week you had the race at Gateway, and that was amazing with so much action and dicing on the track. And this week, once again, a lot of times Road America, the field can get spread out. However, Road America is such a beautiful track. It's always fun to watch. But this race featured tons of passing, like I mentioned before. So it was extremely exciting to watch. I was disappointed that the TV audience was just under 800,000. I was hoping it'd be closer to that 1 million mark, which the series has been doing quite a bit of late. So there's some positive momentum with this series. I've got to say, one thing that jumped out at me during the race was what was Stingray Robb doing whenever he had his incident and almost ran into the back of Marcus Armstrong. I made a video about that yesterday. Please go back and watch that if you can. Kind of disappointing from Rahaal's team. Graham started up toward the front and fell back pretty quickly. Was kind of a chicane out there at times. Dropped the anchor and finished 20th in the race. You had Lewis Foster, who started on pole, was never really a factor in this race. He did lead 3 laps, but you start on pole, you only lead 3 laps, kind of disappointing. One of the other interesting things that I saw was Rinus VeeKay finished 10th. And you might be surprised that I'm bringing him up after finishing 10th, but he was penalized 3 different times in this race, jumping the restart on lap 7, had to go to the back of the field. And then on lap 9, he got a drive-through penalty for servicing in the pits before green flag conditions. And then again on lap 28, he was penalized for avoidable contact and had to yield 3 positions. So being penalized 3 different times was Rinus VeeKay, but still managed to finish 10th. So that's solid. Scott Dixon going out there and really running a good race, but then had to pit late. So that dropped him back to 9th. David Malukas, another guy that I want to highlight from this race. Malukas went off in turn 3 toward the start of the race. and fell all the way back to last place at one point before fighting all the way back up and getting that Foyt car to finish in a very strong seventh place. So very impressed with him. Again, Alex Palou, the winner, and increasing his point standings to around 93 points on the for his lead, which had started to dwindle down. It was down into the 70s before this race. But Kyle Kirkwood finishing fourth, so that lead gets extended a little bit for Alex Palou. And one has to appreciate dominance when you see it. And shout out to all the teams this weekend. Very hot day on Sunday, 96 degrees. The track temperature was rated by Firestone at 131 degrees at one point. So shout out to all the teams and keeping their drivers and their crew members safe and hydrated during a very excruciating conditions out there. But this was a great race. Looking forward, on July 6th is the next race as they go to Mid Ohio. Another one of the tracks that I always look forward to on the calendar. So this should be a continuation of a very solid season. And then over the weekend, we also got the news that Kyle Moyer was joining Arrow McLaren after having been let go by Penske during the 500 nonsense. So I think that'll be a really solid addition for Arrow McLaren, and he should be able to help Nolan Siegel out tremendously. Looking forward to seeing the progression from Nolan having Kyle Moyer there with that team. So looking forward to that. Let me know your thoughts. What did you think about this weekend? Were you impressed or disappointed by the TV ratings? Let me know what you thought. Are you enjoying the season with Alex Palou really dominating on the season? To me, dominance has to be appreciated. So it's been fun for me as a fan. Let me know what you think, though. Are you enjoying the season? What do you think about Alex Palou's dominance? Are you impressed by Santino Ferrucci? If you haven't seen the clips of him getting the beer from the fans after the race, go find that on X because that, or wherever. There's plenty of places. I know Racer had a image of it in one of their articles, but him getting the beer from the crowd after the race was awesome and chugging that. Santino Ferrucci, again, another strong performance, 2 out of 3 races on the podium. Great to see Foyt having that success. Looking forward to Mid Ohio. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this race, the season so far. Hit the like button under this video. And if this is the first time seeing the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate everything from you guys. Have a good day.